Hey, this is Brice with Central Florida Dent Repair. Today we're going to fix this dent without doing any kind of painting or body work so we can show you the true quality of paintless dent removal when it's performed at a high level. Stay tuned. Okay, so diving right in, we're going to remove the door panel in order to gain access to the backside of this dent. That's how we typically are going to be working this type of damage. We'll start off either by doing some knockdown work, as you can see there, and then just kind of switching off to go to the back side. We're actually manipulating the metal from both the front and back of the panel in order to get this metal to lay back to its natural position. You can see some pushing going on, and as well as, like I said, some tapping from the outside. So there's the steel being worked in front of your eyes, and it looks worse before it looks better. That's what I typically tell people if they ever walk out and see me working on a dent. But it's kind of like a puzzle. It all comes together in the end. And as you can see there, this is sped up quite a bit to kind of give you a well, essentially to keep you entertained. Because if you had to sit through a 5-hour repair like this, you would get very bored. But as you can see, it's coming along, and it's coming along great. And this was a low-speed impact, actually, that was caused in a parking lot when somebody backed up into this gentleman here. And he actually did a lot of research and decided to use paintless dent repair over traditional paint and body shop methods because he realized the true benefit of not changing anything about this vehicle whatsoever. You only get one original paint finish, and that original paint finish is by far the most resilient because of the way it's prepped and painted at the manufacturing plant where these are produced. And I can tell you that you're not going to get that down at the local body shop, unfortunately. Alright, so I'm going to grab the camera here and show you what we're dealing with at this stage of the repair. And I would say roughly we're about 75% of the way through. And if you look really close, I'm going to zoom in, and you can see just the texture of the paint and the metal there. It almost looks like it's kind of like an ironed out effect. And we still have quite a bit to do getting in between each one of these lows and just kind of pushing everything up in these little low areas and then knocking down any high areas that might remain. And that's essentially what we're doing, is we're just creating a flat surface again in that reflection that we're seeing. If there's any distortion in that reflection, we know we have to do more work to it. But we're using all sorts of different types of tools, not only from the outside but also the inside, like I mentioned earlier. And we're getting into all different types of positions to get ourselves the best angles for viewing the damage. And we call this cross-checking in the industry, where we're just constantly moving to see the reflections and what they're doing. Alright, so here's a little bit of a different perspective here, looking from the other direction with a different type of light, just a shorter version basically. But you can see how much tighter the pushes are, and when I say tighter the pushes are, I mean how much more finely tuned it is as compared to what we had before. You can see it's really coming together, and the object of this is to just essentially make this thing go away completely. That is the objective on every repair. Okay, so it's safe to say we've entered the finishing stages of this repair. Where we're at maybe about 90%, and we still got quite a bit to go. And this part of the repair, on any repair like this, is just very time consuming. Now, this process as a whole is a lot faster than if you were to take it to a traditional paint and body shop, where they would typically remove the dented panel, put a new one on, and then repaint the whole side of the vehicle to get it to try to match it up with the existing paint, which is a task in itself. And overall, this process was done in 5 hours at the customer's home, which makes it just a no-brainer in most cases, where you're not losing your vehicle for an extended period of time, a week to 2 weeks, and you don't have to bring your vehicle anywhere. And we provided a much higher quality repair in the end. As you can see, this vehicle is back to its original pre-loss condition, and customer can drive away and doesn't have to worry about anything. It's back to its original shape before it was damaged. If you'd like more information or have any questions about paintless dent removal, feel free to reach out at 386-216-5185, or you can just log on to cfldentrepair.com and check out more videos. Thanks for taking the time to watch today.